Hello everyone and welcome to Lower Method Fields as your NC State Wolfpack take on the North Carolina Tar Heels in a lacrosse matchup. Great rivalry going on here. Brett Gall alongside Logan Ward. And Logan, it's a nice night out, about 80 degrees. It's nice, been hot all week.
Has been.
For this kind of weather here, just first day of fall. What are you looking forward to these two teams here tonight?
I'm really just looking forward to, honestly, a great game of lacrosse, you know? You got two teams. Like you mentioned, the rivalry is intense between these two. Looking forward to all of it, really.
Unfortunately, talking to both coaches, we're not unable to get jersey numbers for either one because a little unorganized on both sides, but we'll make it worth. The coach for the NC State side gave us a few key players, so we'll definitely tune in on them during this broadcast, but we're about to get things started here. Number 34, Will McOwen, will take the face off here for NC State.
Leah, are you already recording?
You were talking about earlier, you were talking to the coach and you said he mentioned to you this was a philanthropy game. Can you add on a little bit about what he kind of said that was?
That's right. Coach mentioned that one of the players on NC State's team their father passed away from lung cancer, and so this game is, as he said, just a philanthropy game of sorts. They're selling things over just, you know.
Yeah, to the left over here they have shirts, t-shirts, a bunch of other merchandise that they're selling here. Here's UNC on the attack. Moving the ball around. Again, we apologize that we don't know the players' names, so you have to bear with us a little bit on that.
They're being patient, looking for their best shot.
12 for UNC. Up to the top. Already good possession here so far for the Tar Heels. Kind of in a way, this is kind of just like an exhibition game.
Yeah.
For both teams, trying to get a little of what they're going to maybe look like for the rest of the season, to begin the season. And we have off of UNC to NC State. We'll see the first possession here for the Wolfpack.
Good possession there, just kind of fell apart at the end.
This is number 22, Jesse Melton. Going past midfield now is the Wolfpack. Here's number 30, Michael Sullivan, one of the key players that the coach mentioned before the broadcast. Far side, here's Jesse Melton in the middle. Another one of the hot players that he mentioned. A lot of these players are from last year's team, which was a pretty good team. Lost into the playoffs against Georgia Tech. Number 3, Georgia Tech. Tough loss for the Wolfpack, but they definitely held their own. And there's a goal for NC State, and that's number 23, Miller Barber. And another part of the Wolfpack team last year. What'd you see right there?
It was just a really great play. They took advantage of an opportunity. There was a hole in the defense. They just split right through it.
Miller Barber, another player that the coach gave us. There's about 6 or 7 key players that he gave us. Will McOwen, who I talked about, he'll be doing most of the face-offs. The goalkeeper tonight for the Wolfpack is Parker Staten. And here's McOwen right now, again, off the face-off for the Wolfpack. And ends up in the hands of the Wolfpack, and here's another opportunity here. And that's another goal for the Wolfpack. And that is number 38. So 2 quick back-to-back goals for NC State, and just kind of got it right off the face-off and goal right away.
Absolutely. They moved pretty much so quickly that UNC just couldn't react pretty much.
If you're UNC, that's definitely not the starter that you wanted, but if you're NC State, that's exactly what you wanted here.
Absolutely. Couldn't ask for a better start for them.
We have another face-off here. At this rate, the way NC State's going, we might have a lot of face-offs.
Absolutely.
It's going to be penalty there on NC State. It's going to be Carolina's ball. Carolina just looking for something here. Down already 2-0 in the early minutes here. Since it is that kind of exhibition game, I'm not sure if they're going to play by the original time that you would usually see in a lacrosse game.
That's true.
I guess we'll have to see. Here's a shot from UNC. Good stop there by the goalkeeper. Parker Staden, the good save. It's going to be. It's going to go to UNC. UNC be impatient on this possession right here. Giving up there.
They got a little aggressive there.
Here's Michael Sullivan now. With the long stick of defenseman. Turned over there by the Wolfpack again, though. UNC is going to regain possession.
Definitely want to get a goal here. Don't want to go down by too much too early.
Definitely not, especially the way that NC State is moving the ball. It's a good stop there by Staden. Now, if you're UNC here, down 2-0, how do you not get discouraged at this point? I mean, it's 2 quick back-to-back goals, and you haven't really seen much from UNC on offense. Like, how do you just remain composed and just keep like you're actually in the game?
I mean, it's still early, so UNC's probably just got to keep that in mind. They got to keep on the attack. If it's not working, maybe change it up a little bit, but you just got to keep trying.
Sun is starting to go down here at Lower Method. We got the men's soccer team behind us as they are also playing UNC Chapel Hill tonight.
That doubleheader.
Yeah, doubleheader of the rivalry. Good amount of fans here for both sports, actually, which is nice to see here.
Absolutely.
That's going to go off of NC State, UNC's ball. UNC trying to get it past midfield. Good defense here by the Wolfpack. Here's UNC now on the attack. Tripped up, number 13, that's going to be a penalty. And number 27 for NC State is going to head to the box after the penalty. That was John Hopkins. And yes, like Coach said, that is his real name.
No, it looked like we had a little bit of a push there, a little bit of a trip.
Yeah, that's what warranted the flag right there. Here's UNC now with the possession once again.
NC State's got to be careful here because they're down a man.
Yep. This could definitely be a big opportunity here for NC State. Or rather UNC. Trying to get off shot. Little bobbled right there, gains possession.
A little bit of a collision and a pile up there, but NC State comes out with it, I guess.
Here's NC State now, past midfield. Trying to make it 3-0 right here. Slows it up a little bit behind the goal. And here's Cody Stafford. I just have gotten word from our director that the scoreboard is messing up, so we apologize for that in advance. We will update you with the score as the game goes on. Right now it's NC State up 2-0 after 2 goals in the early minutes by the Wolfpack. 2 back-to-back probably in about a minute or so. UNC hasn't been able to get anything going after those 2 Wolfpack goals. NC State just kind of playing possession right now, kind of slowing it up.
Yeah, UNC trying to just keep it out right now.
Here's Stafford trying to pass it off there to, I think that was Sullivan, and it took a deflection out of bounds. I think we're going to have a timeout here. want to stay on for timeouts?
We're going to go off for 2.5 minutes. So
We'll be right back here after this timeout. NC State up 2-0 over UNC. And we're back here after the quick timeout. NC State still up 2-0 over UNC. 3-1 right there, and UNC player does a good job of getting out of that one.
An effective trap. He just spun right out of it.
Yep. Had 3 NC State players there, still got by him. UNC player loses the ball right there, able to regain possession. Good pressure here by NC State, keeping them out of the zone. There's a shot by number 1, and that takes, I think, a deflection. Yeah, it took a deflection and went way out of the complex here. It's going to remain UNC's ball right here.
NC State's defense has been really good, but really just been kind of sloppy play from UNC right now.
I mean, they have a great goalie in Parker State as well.
True.
NC State, that is. So
That's a
it
fair
definitely
point.
is going to help. But like you said, UNC just really hasn't been able to get any good shots off. Not where it makes Staten a little uncomfortable. But it's been pretty easy saving so far for Staten. We'll see if that continues as the match continues. That's going to go out of bounds. I think it was just a little mishap there by NC State player. It's going to be UNC ball now. Trying to get it across midfield really quick, and he does.
He's taking off down the field.
He's got some speed on him. And he gives away, as we just said, and that's going to be NC State ball now. After the giveaway by UNC.
They'll have moments of greatness like that, but kind of just throw it away.
Yeah. NC State still with the 2-0 lead here after the first 2 goals there in the early 5 minutes. It's a big hit by UNC. UNC's just going to try to gain possession, but it goes to, instead, number 22, Jesse Melton there for NC State. Melton still with the ball. Makes a good move around. Passes it off to, I believe that was 38, and 38's shot took a deflection over the goal. It's going to remain NC State's ball here. Here's NC State trying to get off a shot once again. The shot that goes wide. Took a deflection off the UNC goalkeeper, and it's going to remain NC State's ball. A couple good shots back to back there for NC State.
It's important retaining possession like this. It's going to wear down UNC.
Yeah, you got to imagine UNC's going to get a little tired if they keep on playing defense the whole game. The good news is the temperature has decreased dramatically.
Very much so.
Another shot, good stop by the goalkeeper. NC State trying to get a rebound, plays it back out. Another shot, good stop by the goalkeeper once again. We have a little scuffle over there, and it's going to be a push, I believe. It's going to be NC State's ball, I think. Good move by NC State, trying to get it around the goal. Can't do so, passes it off. That takes another deflection. Three good shots back to back to back for NC State. Score still remains 2-0 Wolfpack.
They're just doing
another shot.
They're just doing a great job out there, just keeping possession, keeping it away from UNC.
And as you say that, they just get rid of it.
Aptly timed, of
That was
course.
the announcer's jinx right there. You can see now with the ball. Good moves there, and that just goes
Lodges
skies right over the goal. I don't know if it took a deflection. I think it did. It's going to remain UNC's ball here.
lodged itself in the fence right
Yeah.
there.
We've had a couple of those so far in the early going here. Good defense by NC State. Good stick by number 1. And there it is, Staten again with a good stop.
They haven't had a lot of shots, but Staten's been making it so.
Yeah, Staten's kind of making the stops that you expect him to make.
Absolutely. And really, that's all you can ask for from your goalie.
He hasn't really been tested so far here in the match so far, but we'll see if that changes as we get further into the game. You can see trying to get a little possession of their own now. Moving the ball around the field. Good defense here by NC State, keeping their composure, and we have a giveaway. Good job by NC State defense right there. As he gives it back away. Melton now gives it away. UNC's gonna regain their possession after going back and forth there. You can see from the top of the key now.
Finally putting together a decent possession.
They have right now. See if they can get a shot off, though. That's been the big part. See, actually, they can get a shot off that actually kind of test Staten a little bit. They haven't really been able to do that so far.
But that can change very quickly. NC State's got to keep their composure up on defense.
This has definitely been the longest possession as that goes right over Staten. Ball's going to remain in play still. Good communication by both teams out there. You can definitely hear the players.
Yeah, it's going to be very important as the game goes on that they maintain communication like that.
Especially if you're UNC, you can't go down on yourselves after being down 2-0. You got to remain composed. It's going to go off of Staten. White's ball. Staten better get back in goal. He does so. It's going to be a giveaway by UNC, and it's going to be NC State's ball. Another costly turnover there from the Tar Heels.
Even when they start to put together something good like that, they've got to keep it going if they want to really score at all in this game.
So far, a shutout here for the Wolfpack. Like we said, Staten really has been tested, but when the shot has come his way, he's done a good job of deflecting it. This is number 30, Michael Sullivan now. He's going to pass it off to Stafford. A lot of the key players here on offense for the Wolfpack. Going to be a shot, almost a shot. I think we had a... Can't really understand what the ref said there.
I believe he said that it was a push on UNC right there.
It's going to remain NC State's ball. It's going to... They have a scuffle over there for the ball, and same playing on. Another push, I believe, and that's going to remain NC State's ball.
Absolutely. You got to keep the aggressiveness up, but you can't get too physical.
This is 23, Miller Barber. Going to try to come around the goal, pass it off. Stafford now. Trying to go one-on-one. Good job by the UNC defender. Here's Barber again. Looking for a shot. Now he takes one. Kind of took an awkward shot there, but UNC does a good job of getting that one. Now here's UNC on the attack.
They've got the momentum.
Wow, great shot there by Tar Heel player. Austin Never right there with the kind of just shot out of nowhere, and that's going to be 2-1 Wolfpack after a beautiful shot.
Really far out. I mean,
he kind of just took it, didn't he? He just kind of came out of nowhere. Good attack there by the Tar Heels, and he just kind of caught off guard NC State right there, and all of a sudden UNC's back in this game.
The defense seemed a little just frayed right there. Yeah. Allowed them to get right through.
A little stagnant by the Wolfpack, and all of a sudden Wolfpack need to watch out now. A little momentum back on UNC Tar Heel side.
I mean, it's a 2-1 game. It's a one-score game now.
And they're really going. You would have never thought this because NC State came out on fire. 2 quick goals, and you thought they were just going to keep it up.
Very much so.
Here's NC State with a goal. And that's 23 Miller Barber. Good answer there by NC State.
Very much so. Very quick answer to kind of take the momentum back from UNC, I suppose.
Less than a minute later, and Barber now makes the score 3-1 NC State. I'm going to try to remind all of our viewers that since we do not have our scoreboard currently working, that I'll try to remind you the score as often as I can. Face-off won by NC State, given away. Good push there by Sullivan. Here's a shot. Takes a deflection. And we're just going to have our first intermission. That's the end of the first period there. What was your analysis of that first period?
It was heavily favored towards NC State at the beginning of the game, but UNC really took some moments there where they swung the momentum back. NC State still going strong, though, and they got a 3-1 lead.
After the first period, like you said, 3-1 lead NC State over North Carolina Tar Heels. We'll be back for the second period after this intermission. We're back now after that first kind of period. A little 2-3 minute break there. Now we're back to action.
Right back here in the second quarter of play.
First quarter with a lot of action. NC State starting off pretty quick, getting 2 early goals. Then UNC comes back with a rocket of a shot, and then Miller Barber for NC State makes it 3-1, and that's how we ended our first quarter there. If you're NC State, I assume you just kind of play the way you did there in the first period.
Absolutely. Goalie's making some pretty good saves.
That's Parker Staden, as we said earlier. We'll be probably saying his name a lot this broadcast. Looks like that's Stafford there on the far side. Like we said, this is kind of just an exhibition for both teams. NC State is actually in the club lacrosse kind of standings, but talking to one of my friends from UNC, he says NC State or UNC is just kind of like a rec team. So this is definitely an early good test here for the Wolfpack. Here's Barber now, the latest goal scorer. Here's NC State trying to get a shot. Goes higher. Here's Barber, and that's going to be a goal. Miller Barber with his second goal in a row. NC State up 4-1 now on the the Tar Heels, and that was good ball movement there by NC State.
Absolutely, and especially with that goal right there where he faked the goalie out and made him jump and then carefully slid it in underneath him.
Definitely one of the better ball movement we've seen so far for the Wolfpack. Almost went over Barber's head, but he was able to collect it there and not step into the crease and score the goal. Here's the face-off man once again. Will McOwen. A face-off won by the Tar Heels, though. He's got green grass if he hurries. Good takeaway there by NC State. Ball still on the ground. Finally collected by a UNC player. Wow, good shot there by UNC. A little fake behind the back right there. That's going to make the score 4-2 now.
Makes the goalie's job a lot more difficult if you allow the offensive player right there to try to get in so close.
Yeah, you can't really blame staying there right there for that's just bad defense on the part of NC State. Little fake shot behind, and UNC whenever NC State gets a goal, UNC is kind of able to answer to still stay 2 goals away.
They're trading blows right now, mostly staying even for the most part.
That's good. I think that's the term I was looking for, but couldn't quite find it. Here's UNC once again trying to cut the deficit to 1 now. Good stop there by Staten. NC State trying to get it out. Big hit.
Oof.
Now we have a penalty that's going to be on UNC. Play still going now. Here's NC State now. NC State silent. Pretty hyped about that transition right there by the Wolfpack.
Got a penalty on the field, but we're going to have to wait till the next stoppage of play to see what it is.
Have to wait till UNC gets the ball, if they do so on this possession. Here's Stafford. Good quick move there by NC State. And there's the whistle there for the flag.
Can't really tell what it is.
All we know is it's a flag, and that's going to be a penalty there on the Tar Heels. NC State's going to remain with the possession because of that penalty.
And UNC's got to be careful now. They can't give the ball away through penalties too many times. They've got 3 penalties to NC State 0.
Here's Barber now. Here's Stafford. There's Melton in the middle. Good movement here by, and that's going to be a goal there by NC State. And that was Michael Sullivan making the score now 5-2. Good movement there once again by the Wolfpack.
Beautiful cut, just straight inside, gave them easy access to the goal.
If you're UNC, you really can't be too happy about your defense right there.
No, absolutely not.
It's going to make the score now 5-2. NC State trying to extend their lead a little bit. Face-off man back up there. McGowan. See if he can win this one. He does. Ball turned over to UNC now. That's going to go out of bounds. UNC player couldn't quite handle that one.
It was clever having a man back there to get the pass, but just couldn't reel it in.
I think the pass was a little low. That's why he couldn't collect it. But nevertheless, it's going to be NC State's ball now. Here's Barber. It's going to be out wide. Here's Stafford now at the top. Good movement again here by the Wolfpack. Barber now. So he can try to turn, does turn. A good stop there by UNC's goalkeeper, and that's going to be out of bounds. still remains NC State's ball.
NC State doing a good job of remaining patient, looking for that perfect opportunity to try to get another point up here.
And one thing you gotta like so far is they're taking shots too. They're not afraid to take the shots.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can't wait too long for that perfect opportunity, but you definitely got to make the most of the ones you get.
The great thing about if you take a shot on lacrosse, you can still end up with the ball.
Absolutely, yeah.
Still good movement here by NC State. And that's going to be a penalty there on UNC again. Here's Barber. Trying to turn, does a good turn right there. And that's going to be another goal there by Barber.
Absolutely.
Back-to-back-to-back goals by Miller. Barber makes the score now 5-2, 6-2 NC State.
No, that was an absolutely wonderful just spin in there. He spun around twice, changing the direction of the defender there so he could get an opportunity at the goal, which he definitely took.
He's definitely taking advantage of his size right there, about probably 6'2", 6'3", using that size to his advantage, and he has the last 3 goals there for the NC State. Face off by McOwen again. It's going to go to NC State once again.
Low pass right there.
Out wide to the Barber. New players coming on here. It's going to be Jesse Melton. NC State moving the ball once again. They've done a good job of that in the last few possessions.
It's a vital part of the offense here. You got to keep possession, which is what UNC was struggling with in the first quarter there.
That's also why they're down now 6-2. Here's Melton. Barber's still in the game there, right by the goal. Here's Melton now passing off. Shot taken. Good stop there by the goalkeeper. NC State regains possession. It's going to be another penalty there on UNC. UNC sideline not happy about that one. Now here's Barber now. Already with a hat trick, and he gives that one away, but it's going to be NC State's ball still because of the penalty on the Tar Heels.
Yeah, it looks like a UNC player there was kind of holding the player back from moving, kind of restraining his movement.
That's going to be 3 penalties in a row there on UNC, and they're definitely not helping their chances any after this sloppy play.
Yeah. No, when you're NC State in that situation, you got to know that since the penalty's on the opposing team, you get a free chance per se. Since if they do stop your momentum right there on offense, you get the ball right back.
Here's Melton passing off now. Melton again. Here's Barber now. Quick movement here by NC State. That one's given away. First costly mistake there by NC State that we've seen since the very beginning. If you're just joining us, NC State came out on fire. UNC with a couple quick hits at their own, but since then NC State has just pushed the pedal to the metal and are up 6-2 on the Tar Heels after 3 goals back to back to back by Miller Barber, and he's been the difference in this game. He's been able to use his big frame to his advantage here.
I believe we have another penalty, actually, right there.
Is that going to be on NC State or UNC?
I believe it was on UNC as they retained possession.
Here's Barber. Melton now. Barber now again. Melton. Just kind of go a circle here by NC State.
Definitely sharing the ball a lot.
Tar Heel defense has to be tired at this point. Here's a shot by Melton, and that's going to be another goal. NC State just adds on to their lead now, 7-2.
It's a fantastic shot on goal there. Just went where the goalie was not.
Once again, that ball movement has just kind of been the difference here in this game so far.
Very much so.
And the possession, of course. We haven't really seen much possession from NC State or UNC here in a while. And I think we're going to have another timeout here, and we're going to take a timeout as well. NC State up 7-2. We'll be back after the timeout. And we're back here after the quick timeout. NC State in complete control here in this first half, 7-2 over a rivalry UNC Tar Heels. We have another face-off here once play resumes. It's going to be McGowan once again at the face-off position.
Face off, one of the most important parts of the game going on. You got to get that possession.
I would say that's been a big reason so far why NC State is actually in the lead, because they've had most of that face-off won, and once again they have it won here again. Here's McGowan just fighting through traffic, trying to get off a shot. And I can't really see what the ball is. This looks like it's going to be a push, I believe, on UNC. Going to give NC State possession once again. Here's Barber. Goes Stafford now.
It's a wonderful play a few moments ago with the forcing his way through traffic, like you were saying.
I don't know how he got through that.
No, just carrying a couple of opponents right there with him. Physicality most certainly helps in those sort of situations.
There's Barber once again. Good save there by UNC goalkeeper, keeping Barber away from his 4th straight goal. And now here's UNC. Let's see if they can get a little possession of their own here. Try to chip at this lead here by NC State. Well, that's not going to help right there, because that one's going to trickle all the way down.
Yeah, most certainly not going to help their situation.
Have a good opportunity right there to just try to get a little possession, try to get a little momentum on their side, but instead they give it up, and here's NC State running on the other side now.
No, and especially when you're down big at this point in the game's not over and you still have a chance, but you've definitely got to start playing a little cleaner.
Yeah, the game is over by no means here. We're still in the second period, still got 2 more periods, but I mean, the way UNC has been playing, it's not like you're going to change your mind here in the second period that you're just going to give them the game. The way they haven't been able to control possession at all. Here's possession now by UNC. Tar Heels moving forward. That's going to be a trip, I believe. Yep, that's going to warrant a couple of flags, and that's going to be one of the first penalties there on NC State.
May even be the first one, actually.
Yeah, I think it might be, actually. But that's going to be a good opportunity for UNC here to be up a man. Play resumes now. NC State down a man. We'll see if UNC can capitalize on that. Just try to get something going.
And we've got an opportunity like this. You most certainly do not want to just give that away. You want to make the most of all of them that you can get.
There's a shot. Takes a deflection. Good deflection there by NC State, and they're going to come out with it. And that was Cody Stafford trying to pass it. That's going to take a deflection. And that should be... they're not going to call a penalty on that one. Big tumble there by an NC State player.
As long as it's a clean hit above the waist, they're probably not going to call that one.
And I believe that one was. And I think we're going to have another timeout here. 7-2 NC State over UNC. We'll be back after the timeout. And we're back here after the timeout. Timeout taken there by NC State. NC State 7-2. Coach trying to get formation here going for NC State. Can't be much more time here in the second half.
No, should be getting close to halftime here. Gonna want to get a couple more opportunities before going to halftime.
Excuse me, I think it's like second half, I meant second period.
Oh, yeah.
Here's NC State after the timeout. Kind of spin move there in the middle. Miller Barber tried to pick it up, could not do so. And now he collects it. Barber now with the ball. Trying to move it in.
Very aggressive defense right now out of UNC.
And that's going to be a turnover there by NC State. UNC's trying to move quick.
They're going to take advantage of that.
UNC at the top now.
NC State's defense doing a good job of slowing them down there.
Yeah, they definitely have done a good job here in this first half. UNC really hasn't been able to get any possession going or stops, and when they have, Staten has been there to protect the goal. Good defense there once again by NC State defender. Shot there by UNC goes wide. UNC closest to the ball there is going to remain their possession.
Got some fancy footwork coming out of the break here.
Trips up there, UNC, and Staten with the easy grab right there. NC State just kind of, that's going to take a big bounce to UNC, but Barber's going to be actually a big deflection right there. Nobody wants to pick it up, and now UNC finally does. Moving forward, going through traffic. Good stop there by Staten. Big stop there by Parker Staten once again, and he pretty much just stopped an automatic goal right there.
Parker Staten has really been the difference maker in this game. You take away all of his saves and goal, and we have a very different game on our hands.
Melton with a good job there to keep possession of the ball. Here's Stafford.
A bit of swapping of personnel out there.
As you will see a bunch here on Lacrosse.
Absolutely, you got to keep your players fresh on the field. Get your players plenty of breaks.
There's a good opportunity there, and there's a goal there by NC State.
Wonderful cross to the middle there from the left side.
We don't know the player's name, but we can tell you it was a really good goal. And that's going to make the score 8-2, and this kind of getting out of the hands here for UNC. The Tar Heels just haven't been able to gain any possession. And when they have, it's just been Parker Staten with good job there in the goal. And now, all of a sudden,
and you got to think, like, if you're a UNC right now, you've got to be hoping to get some more goals in before halftime.
at least one or two. I don't know how much time is left before half, but you at least want to get one. Just give yourself a little momentum going into halftime. But that's definitely not going to help right there as they give it up. And NC State's going to have possession once again.
Some more good defense out there.
That's been another good thing that we really haven't talked much about is the defense. We've talked a lot about the offense and the players scoring, but the defense has been a big part because UNC hasn't been able to get any possession because of that. And here's NC State once again. Trying to get another shot here before half. Just going to kind of slow it up right now. And here's Melton. Pass in the middle, good shot. Takes a deflection off the UNC player. Now we're going back. Here's UNC now as fireworks are in the distance. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, and that's going to be the first half. NC State up 8-2, and give your first half analysis right there.
Really, just quality defense has been leading to so many opportunities for NC State, and they've taken advantage of a good amount of them. UNC, they've tried to slow the game down, try to take momentum back every opportunity they can. They just haven't been able to.
Definitely a lot of offensive scoring from NC State there in the first half. They're up 8-2. We'll be back after halftime. This is PackTV. And we're back here at Lower Method Field for the second half between your NC State Wolfpack and the Carolina Tar Heels. NC State up 8-2 after a hat trick there by Miller Barber. And they just kind of continue the scoring throughout that first half after a quick start. Couple of opportunities by UNC to get back at it, but Parker Staten has just been the difference there in goal, and this NC State defense has just been fantastic.
Absolutely. I definitely hope that trend can continue into the second half here.
If you're NC State, what do you do to continue that success? And if you're UNC, how do you just keep in mind that you're down 8-2, but you just continue to fight forward?
I think the important thing for NC State to remember is they just got to keep going on defense, because the defense creates the opportunities for them to get more goals on offense. If you're UNC, really, you just got to keep in mind that this game isn't. It is just it's a philanthropy game. So you got to keep in mind that this is for a good cause, and all that, and just keep trying your hardest. Despite the score, it still is a very competitive game. Both sides going very hard.
Both teams are still working hard, like you said. It's just NC State has come out with the better possession and shots here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a chance for UNC, though. See if they can get a shot off on this possession. Number one holds it back now.
Looked like he was looking for something there, but there was nobody to help him.
That's going to be a push in the back there on NC State. It's going to remain UNC's ball here.
Good aggressive defense starting out here. Really got to keep that up throughout the second half, though.
Yeah, they gotta get a goal here in the early goings, but that's not going to do it as of a new goalie in there. They take Parker State out, and that's probably because it's an exhibition here, so they're trying to put new people in and out as often as they can.
And as a coach, you're going to do that for a couple of reasons, because you're going to want to see everybody on the team and see how they do in a game situation. But also, you're going to want to get your starters some rest.
Like we said, this doesn't matter on the in the standings or anything like that, so you're just going to put new people in and out of there and just, like you said, get a feel of who you think your starters are going to be here as we continue forward into the season, as that's going to be a penalty there on, I think it was NC State.
It looks like he hit the guy a little bit high with his stick there. The defender did. So I believe that's going to remain UNC's ball.
Trying to sort things out here. Still trying to sort things out here. I don't know exactly what we're doing.
Long stoppage of play right here.
And now play resumes finally. UNC with the ball. There's a shot taken. Good deflection there by NC State. New goalkeeper in goal there.
If you're UNC, you probably thought you got a little breath of relief with Staten not in there anymore, but newer goalie in there looks like he's doing just as well.
definitely taking shots early to test him, but so far he's withheld that test. There's another shot, another good stop there. If you're NC State's coach, you got to be pretty pleased with that. You put a new goalie in there, and he's already stopped 3 goals with no problem.
Absolutely. If you got the depth on the roster right there, you definitely want to use it, especially in exhibition matches.
If anything were to happen to State and like go down with an injury, which we definitely don't wish that on him.
Absolutely not.
He definitely looks like he has a good backup goalkeeper there to be good enough to keep him in games as the season progresses. Here's NC State now with the ball.
Some good patient offense here from NC State. Just looking for more opportunities. Expand their lead here.
Here's number 12 now for NC State, passing it off. Trying to place Melton in the middle. Melton can't quite handle it. We have a scuffle there, and UNC comes out with it. UNC does a good job to get past midfield. See if he takes a shot. He does. That's going to go wide left. UNC will regain the possession, though, after being closer to the ball when it went out of bounds.
The speed they displayed right there is definitely a positive in terms of attacking. They've just got to make the shots after using it.
Do you like that whole rule? Is if you miss the ball and your player is closer, do you like that you still regain possession? Or do you like it where if you shoot and it goes out, then you shouldn't have that ball anymore?
I actually kind of like it because it gives them more of an opportunity, because some sports, even if it isn't necessarily their fault, the other team will take possession.
I was just about to say, I think it adds a kind of different element that you don't see in most sports, and I think that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah, it allows lacrosse to have something special, something unique to their sport, basically.
Ball went off of the top of the crossbar there for UNC, and NC State's going to have possession now. Here's NC State now. Melton there on the far side. Stafford comes back in, Cody Stafford.
Notice NC State using a lot of good spacing here, keeping their players all throughout the field over there on UNC's half.
Continued their spacing there that we saw in the first 2 periods.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of got them the 8-2 lead after that first half. So far scoreless here in the second half. Here's their shot. It went wide left, and that's going to remain NC State's ball. Good hustle there by Jesse Melton.
You'll notice right there that UNC's goalkeeper tried to rush to get over there before it went out so that they could get the possession there. NC State had a man back there, letting them retain it.
Definitely made a good effort at it, but couldn't quite get to it. Haven't seen Miller Barber here in the second half so far. The man of the match so far with the 3 goals in the first half, 3 consecutive. There's a good stop there by UNC. And we're going to remain at 8-2.
A good stop right there. Definitely needed. Hopefully they're hoping that they can use this for their momentum, basically.
Good job to fight through traffic right there. Going to hold it back out now. Trying to get a little possession of their own here. Third quarter, 8-2 NC State. Brett Gall alongside Logan Ward. Nice night out here.
Absolutely.
It's kind of cooled off a little bit, actually.
Very much so. After the sunset, it's kind of fallen into the low 70s.
We've been seeing high 80s throughout the whole week. First day of fall, I'm not really expecting that, but It's definitely been pretty hot here in the last few weeks here in North Carolina.
Very much so. Appreciate the cooler temps.
Yep. New personnel coming in for both teams. As we're going to pass off to Cody Stafford there on the far side. Good ball movement here so far for NC State.
You'll notice as the players get a little bit more tired, their communication levels will drop a little bit, but you can still hear the communication a little bit out of the players. But certainly the chatter has quieted down and lessened.
Let's see if NC State can get a shot off here after all this possession. If you hear that noise through our headphones, it's a drone right above us. Also catching part of the game. So far, NC State still with the possession. Good ball movement, trying to tire out the Tar Heels. Haven't taken a shot yet. There goes the stick. And now we have a push. And that's actually going to go UNC's way.
A wide turnout tonight. It's very good to see, especially with some of the proceeds benefiting the American Lung Cancer Association out here.
Definitely good crowds on both sides for both the men's soccer as well. Last time we heard that score, that was 0-0 between the two teams. And actually, I think I just heard that UNC scored. Here's UNC for Lacrosse now. Trying to get something to happen here.
Still got a score of 8-2 over here. NC State with the 6-point lead.
There's a good stop there again by NC State's goalkeeper.
If you're NC State, you got to be happy with the solid all-around goal play.
You switched goalkeepers at half, and your new goalkeeper hasn't switched a beat since Staten came out. Going to be a penalty there on UNC. Here's NC State now.
Despite the personnel changes, you'll notice that they're still keeping their patient pace, looking for the best shot.
And these usually aren't the players for NC State that you're used to seeing in here, but with this being an exhibition and not being anything crucial in the standings, you're going to see a lot of people, new faces there on the offensive side of the ball for NC State, and probably actually for both teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially with both teams having such deep rosters with so many players on them.
Wouldn't assume there'd be much more time here in the third period, as we haven't had many stoppage, playing 15-minute periods, 4 of them.
Good body positioning there by the NC State offensive player. Try to keep the defender away from the ball as much as possible.
NC State still with possession. Have had the majority of the possession here in the third quarter. Haven't been able to really get a shot off. There's a shot. That goes wide. NC State closest to the ball there. Been a scoreless third period here.
NC State looking to change that with this possession. Doing a good job of keeping the ball in their hands.
We're not really used to that after the first 2 periods. Kind of gave us a lot of offense from NC State. But UNC has done a good job keeping them scoreless here. Good defense there by UNC. NC State's going to regain possession back, though.
So good job by both teams there, trying to get the ball away from the opponent.
Looks like NC State was going to try to take a shot. That was knocked out of his stick, and here goes UNC now on the other side.
Sprinting down the field there, not a lot of competition.
Decides to slow it up now. Get a little formation going here for UNC. Good job there by NC State. Takes the whole stick out of his hand. And now NC State has numbers if they hurry. Right down the middle. Can't quite handle that one. He shot it before he had it, and now it goes back to UNC.
It's definitely a case of the defense leading to opportunities, though. You're going to want to get as many of those as you can.
Not really much offense here in the second half. Good turn there by UNC, playing into the middle, and that goes wide right. Good opportunity there for UNC to get a wide open net right there, and they can't capitalize on it. NC State's going to remain with the ball now. Right into the middle to the goalie.
If you're UNC, you're definitely trying to get a stop as soon as you can, rush it down the field and get a goal very quickly.
I think we're seeing a lot more kind of sloppish play here because we're putting a bunch of the new players from both teams in there. That's kind of why you're not seeing the same competition that we were seeing there in the first half. Not like we're talking bad about the players, but 1 second left to go, and that's going to be the end of the third period. No scoring there in the third period. NC State still takes a 8-2 lead going to the fourth period. We'll be back. This is PackTV. And we're back here for the fourth period, the final period of this match, 8-2 Wolfpack. Scoreless period there in the third. Not really what we were expecting to see there in the third after the big explosive offense there by NC State in the first two periods. But you got to take into consideration that NC State felt comfortable with their 8-2 lead. This is an exhibition game, as we've talked about, and so they're trying to play new pieces into this game.
Absolutely.
A lot of new players for both teams, just trying to get a feel and see what they're going to be looking forward to here as the season progresses.
Yeah, very much so. You want to know what you have in every player on the team, so this is a good opportunity for them to get to see every player in action.
We're going to continue that here. It looks like in the final period. 15 more minutes to go here. And UNC expecting something, a little penalty there, but there was nothing there, and NC State's going to have the ball now.
Defense definitely the story of the third quarter there.
There's a beautiful pass. NC State now went to the crease there. That's why he didn't take the shot. Also didn't really have control of it, but NC State regains control. Here's Melton now. He's going to bring it back out. And now we're starting to see familiar faces as Cody Stafford comes back in. Still haven't seen Miller Barber here in the second half, though, I don't believe. Unless I'm missing him. Actually, he is down here on the near side.
Definitely seeing the entire starting unit back out there.
NC State with the first possession that we've seen here in a while. We kind of saw a lot of possession for UNC towards that late third period. There's a shot that goes wide.
Here's some chatter from the sidelines over there, obviously contesting a call.
Both teams really voicing their opinions there on the sidelines. UNC with the ball after the giveaway by NC State. Good move there by UNC player. Another good spin move. Trying to go for a third. He's double teamed there. Has to bring it back out. Now he loses it. And there's a big collision right there between two opposing players.
I believe the UNC player initiated the hit there, but wound up being the one on the ground after that.
Behind the back pass is no good there for NC State as they give it away once again. And now UNC gives it away. Back and forth we go, and there's a penalty as we have a fight. Scrum right in the middle.
Fight in the middle of the field right there. Both players from both benches coming to separate them.
And you kind of expect that here in a rivalry, even though it's an exhibition game.
Obviously very fiery emotions on both sides.
Like kind of a hockey match right there. It's both players' helmets almost came out, it looked like, and they were going fist first. And that's why we're going to have a stoppage of play as the referees sort this one out. I think they're deciding of which player initiated which here. Might eject a couple players here after the scrum. Referee's still sorting it out there on the far side.
Looks like we've got the raffle announcement going on during the breakage here.
Can't really quite hear it as his microphone is not that loud over there.
Not at all.
You can in the background hear the NC State men's soccer players not very happy with their team's performance, I don't think, over there.
Definitely hear some very loud noises coming from over there in terms of the players.
I don't think they're nice words they're saying over there either. Here's UNC now as play resumes here. UNC trying to get a shot. That one goes sky high. That's going to be controlled by the goalkeeper once again. Here's NC State now. There's Barber in the middle. Takes a shot, goes wide left. Haven't seen much of him here in the second half.
Especially being one of those key players, definitely going to want to rest him as much as you can for the actual games once they start up.
He's been pretty quiet after his 3 goals in a row there in the first 2 periods.
Now, very impressive just with his movement around the field, making the most of every opportunity he got. Really set the tone on offense during this game in particular.
It's a good cut right there by NC State, taking a shot that goes wide again, and we still haven't had a goal here in the last period, last 2 periods that is.
No scoring yet either team in the second half.
After an offensive explosion there by NC State, we really haven't seen anything here in the second half.
Both goalies have been really performing very well though. Credit due to them.
Both goalies have shutouts going here in the second half.
UNC goalie walking very far up, out of the crease in fact.
Almost to midfield there. UNC now with possession, trying to get something going as we hear a roar behind us, and that's going to be a goal for NC State. It sounds like on the men's soccer team.
Always good to hear.
I think that's going to tie it up between them two.
Been a little bit more scoring action over here tonight.
Not here in the second half, though.
Good evening and welcome to PackTV. I'm Brad Gall on the color commentary.
UNC still with the possession. They give it up right there.
Sloppy pass.
About 10 or so minutes, you would assume, here in the fourth period. 8-2 NC State if you're just joining us. 3 goals there by Miller Barber for NC State in the first 2 periods. Really opened up the scoring, and ever since then, NC State kind of took control, but both teams are pitching shutouts here in the second half as we really haven't had any scoring.
You have to imagine with the pace of the game, though, that that's liable to change at some point or another. But both defenses have been playing very well thus far.
And as we've said a bunch of times, you got to take into consideration new players. Just getting used to their new roles on their teams. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a timeout here by NC State's coach, draw something up, but he might be content with the 8-2 lead.
Looks to be as such. Mostly rotating out the defense right now.
Takeaway there by UNC going forward. Trying to give it up. Player slips. Good recovery, and that shot goes wide right.
Neither offense is really getting anything going.
It's going to be a mishap there by NC State. Kick ball and another kick ball, and that's going to go out of bounds. UNC now. Shot there by UNC, excuse me, and another good stop there by NC State. Still scoreless here in the second half.
Hear the coach and the players on NC State's side yelling out instructions to their team. Gotta appreciate that communication.
I think we are gonna have an offsides there on NC State. Now, if you're the coach for NC State, are you pleased with not having any goals here in the second half, or are you pleased that your new players are getting the opportunity to be in there now, and are you pleased with the goalie and the defense still?
I think you got to be pleased with how the defense and the goalie are playing regardless of the offense, but I think you want a little bit more scoring out of your team. That's not to say that they haven't been playing well, but you're going to want to get a few more opportunities than they've been getting in the second half.
Here's NC State now.
Being patient, letting everybody get up here so they get their opportunity with all men up.
Time ticking down. If UNC wants to do anything to get back into this game, they better do it quick, as that one's going to go out of bounds. Remain NC State's ball.
They've been doing a good job of staying close to the ball when it goes out of bounds.
It's going to be a flag and a trip on UNC. And we're going to get a stoppage of play now after the trip.
Looks as though we may have gotten 2 fouls, actually.
About 4 new players are coming in here for NC State. A lot of switching. Though it has cooled off a little bit, it's still quite warm out here. So you gotta assume that. Gotta stay hydrated here in this weather.
Absolutely.
Good news is it's not sunny, so that helps out a lot.
Still remains at 76 degrees, though. So warm for a night.
There's your weather forecast, ladies and gentlemen. There's Barber now. Melton down the middle. Here's the movement we were used to there in the first 2 periods. That one goes through the legs. Barber remains with control of the ball. Playing to the middle, shot. Good stop there by UNC, and still scoreless here in the second half between both teams.
I think if you're either coach with the second half, though, you got to be pleased with the defense.
At least if you're on UNC side, you got to be happy that you pitched a shutout here in the second half. Haven't allowed a goal after the plethora of goals there in the first half.
Absolutely. Now, after allowing 8, most certainly don't want to allow that again in the second half. Be absolutely demoralizing to this team.
Here's Barber now trying to get his 4th goal of the game. Cuts inside, decides to take it out after being triple teamed there.
NC State still playing the ball very slowly.
Pretty content with just having the possession right now, being up 8-2. Not really in a hurry either. Here's Melton in the middle. Passes it off. Melton again, trying to weave his way inside. Good defense there by UNC. Passes back out. Shot taken. That goes wide. And NC State's going to regain possession here. Melton to the top. Actually, there's 2 number 22s out there, so that's not good. That doesn't help my job. Goes his way through, and that's almost into the back of the net, but UNC goalkeeper with another good stop there. See if UNC can get something going here.
No, and you'll notice a lot of double numbers, usually in exhibition games. By the time the actual season rolls around, you're going to want to have your roster set.
Shot taken, that goes over the goal into the soccer goal.
Right idea, but the wrong sport.
Yep. That does not count. Here's UNC once again, trying to just get something to go here in the second half. Done a good job defensively, but still haven't had the offensive presence that you're looking for if you're the UNC coach.
Good job by the UNC offense there, keeping it in front so the NC State offensive players couldn't get the ball there. Some good hustle display there.
Timeout, I believe, UNC over there. We're going to take a timeout as well here. 8-2 NC State. And we're back here after the quick break. A timeout taken by UNC, trying to get a little play going here, trying to get something to go before this end of this game. Try to get the first goal here just in the second period between both teams, or the second half between both teams.
And while the clock is winding down here on this game, you do definitely want to get that one goal, just for the sake of saying you scored in the second half.
Definitely been a defensive battle here between both teams in the second half. That's a shot taken. Good deflection there by NC State. UNC's going to chase after it, regain possession. Back to the far side, and that's going to be given up there by UNC. Don't think that's what they wanted out of the timeout there. Little scuffle in the middle there. Still nobody with possession. That's going to go through. I think we're going to have a penalty that's going to go UNC's way. Might have been another push there.
Thought I saw a NC State player shove a UNC player in the back there. Just in the middle of that scrum for the ball.
Ball into UNC, and that's going to go wide left. UNC player goes after it, though. Trying to kick it back into the middle. That's a good job, and that's a goal there by UNC. First goal there of the second half.
Finally, a little bit of excitement there.
And that's going to make it 8-3 now, UNC.
Think
Or
if you're,
NC State still with the lead, of course, but UNC just getting something to go there in the second half.
think if you're NC State, though, you're not too worried about that. But still, you don't want to give up anything at any point. So, got to hurt regardless.
Time has to be of the essence here for UNC, as you can't imagine there's much time left in this game. It's going to be still in the air, eventually won there by UNC. Maybe a little momentum here as he gets destroyed there, but remains with the ball.
I believe I just heard the sideline shout 2:30. Maybe the amount of time left in the game.
I believe you're right there. They usually shout it out on the far side over there. So about 2:15 left now. Ball given up. It's going to be UNC now with the ball again. 8-3 NC State. Still comfortable lead, excuse me. Two minutes now. UNC got to hurry up if they want to get something going here before time is up. That's going to go out of bounds.
We're ending up 2 minutes left. He said he wanted to maybe do another.
Logan.
Both teams over here looking very good in terms of just athleticism, though, running up and down the field. No question that both teams are prepared for this.
Another good stop there by NC State. And you got to imagine they're just content running out the clock now.
Big hit.
Big collision there. The goalie's coming out with a good little spin move right there. He's going to give that one up, though. Good far side.
We're going to come back with an interview after commercial after the game.
Okay.
It's got to be about 1:30 left now. Still 8-3 NC State over UNC, this exhibition game. Doesn't hurt the standings, but definitely good opportunity for both players, new and returning, to showcase their skills. As there's a goal by NC State, and that's going to make the score now 9-3. Wolfpack adding on to their lead.
Oh, both teams finally having a score in the second half there.
Yeah, we were a little stagnant there for about 12 or how many minutes? 25 or something.
A good amount.
It was definitely nothing going on there. But now we have back-to-back goals, and now we have a little scoring here in the second half.
Not much, but it is something.
Definitely what we were not used to. Definitely not what we were used to seeing there in the first period and the second period, but as NC State almost has another goal there.
A quick attack there.
7 seconds left.
Gonna try to air that out.
And that's going to be the end of the game right there. NC State 9-3 over the rivalry UNC Tar Heels. And give us your full game analysis right there. What did you see? What did you like there from NC State?
Really just an impressive all-around game there by NC State. Their defense made a lot of stops, which led to a lot of opportunities for the offense to score. The goalkeepers, especially, both of them that were in the game, made the difference, stopping any chances that UNC had.
Definitely good to showcase here for NC State. Got off to a fast start, as you mentioned. Came out with the win, 9-3. I'm Brett Galt. He's Logan Ward. Thank you for tuning in live here at PackTV, and we'll see you next time.
We will have an interview right after the commercial break, though.
Okay. Here with Coach Demarest after that Wolfpack win. And, Coach, I know this is an exhibition kind of game for your Wolfpack, but you gave me a couple highlight players that you were looking forward to and showcasing here in this game. Were you proud of what they did?
Yeah, we had some really good good contribution from our returners. Mike Sullivan really stepped it up, ran a lot this game. Miller Barber stuck a couple. Jesse Mellon had a laser from about 15. And then we really, a lot of our freshmen really came in and played. We had a standout performance by our backup goalie, Adam Wagner. Stuffed in, I think, at least 6 or 7 saves. Only one allowed a goal against in the second half. So, yeah, we're real happy with our guys.
I was just about to ask you, we saw a lot of players coming in and out. Was that the freshmen coming in and out, just trying to get a little experience? And we also saw how there wasn't many goals there in the second half. Was that kind of attributed to like the new freshmen getting into
definitely,
the game?
Yeah, so we went 6, 7, 8 goals in the first half and then only scored 1 in the second, basically showcasing our depth, getting in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th attackmen, and then really pushing forward with our 3rd and 4th line middies just to cut their teeth, get them used to getting hit. It's a lot harder getting hit up here than it is in high school. So.
Can you tell the fans a little bit about what you're expecting this season for the rest of the team?
Yeah, we've so everybody's looking at record and numbers from last year. We've been building, 8-3, 11-4. But we've really stepped it up this year. We've got 6 top 25 teams on our schedule. We play in the biggest, toughest conference in the country. We're taking bus trips to Florida, to Atlanta, South Carolina. We're playing the best of the best. So we're playing 70% of everybody who makes the playoffs in our conference. So we're really trying to cut it. We have 14 seniors and we want to use them.
Well, Coach, we definitely enjoy your time here on PackTV. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Should be a good year for the PackTV, or for the men's lacrosse team. For PackTV, I'm Brett Galt. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.